Winter across the two Virginias. It's been quite warm, but just how warm have we been, and could the large swing in temperatures be affecting your health? Our Brandon Lawson is live from Princeton City Park, and Brandon, it does seem like we've had a mild season so far.
That's right, Melinda. A very mild start to winter so far. When you really think about it in kind of common sense, December 21st was our first day of winter. Now, overall, we started the winter off with a stretch of 10 days that were above average. You remember Christmas, we were outside dancing our new bicycles. I saw kids in shorts dancing their bicycles because we hit 61 degrees on Christmas Day. I was actually at the park just a month ago because of that warm stretch that we had. But when you really look at the statistics for our entire winter season, today marks the 34th day of winter. 25 days have really been above average, so that's really the headline there, the above average temperatures. That's almost about 75% of the days that have been above average so far. And also, 8 of those days have been 60 degrees or higher, including the Christmas day that we had that was 61 degrees and the warm stretch we had last week. Now, when you look at also the severe weather we saw on 2 Saturdays ago on January 11th, that kind of ties in how severe we really were as well. I mean, overall, severe weather on January 11th, that actually marked the record high of amount of storm reports that we've seen in January since 2000. Now, when you look at our stretch of recent high temperatures, you can kind of see that up and down slope. Early last week, we started out temperatures right around the upper 50s and lower 60s. We started this week in the 20s. We couldn't even get out of the 20s as we're on Monday and Tuesday, and that kind of shows you that downslope. You look at the entire month of July, and you can see that kind of that difference, that above, below average temperatures. We saw that record high temperature on July 11th. So our temperatures have been swinging a lot, and something that people tie to swings in temperatures are sickness. A lot of people think that you can get sick when we have these different temperature swings. When you look at our flu index, you can see the CDC reported last week that the entire United States are actually under widespread flu, except for Oregon and Hawaii. And I'm wondering across 2 Virginias if maybe that could be the reason we're seeing a lot of sickness across our area. I talked to a doctor who said it's mainly about just taking your vitamins and your flu shots.
If the weather changes like this, that you don't leave home without your inhalers. Keep them close by. Don't neglect your doc's visits. If you feel sick, you probably are sick. You need to see somebody. Don't wait till the last moment. It is much easier to fix somebody on the outpatient basis than do it in the ICU. If you have your immunizations, you probably will not end up in the hospital. If you don't, and you get sick, it will be rather difficult. And vitamins, lots of hydrations. Solution to pollution is dilution, so lots of fluids.
And something else I noticed too, I asked Dr. Valbo, was wondering if maybe changing from summer and spring attire to more like winter attire several days in a row could make you sick, like wearing shorts one day and then long sleeves the other. And he really said that it was mainly just, like I said, getting your flu shots, taking care of yourself. It doesn't really have much impact on the clothing that you wear there, Melinda.
And Brandon, this cold weather isn't just impacting people, it can also take a toll on animals, including reptiles. We mentioned this yesterday, but South Florida had a cold snap, and how did that cold impact those iguanas there?
Yeah, that was a pretty wild story there. We saw wind chill advisories in Florida because temperatures were dropping below 40 degrees, or not below 40, but right around the 40-degree mark. And reptiles like iguanas, they're cold-blooded animals, so when it gets too cold like that, their body shuts down to protect themselves. But we're talking iguanas, they're like 20 pounds and like 5 feet long, so they were falling out of trees, and that's kind of a danger to humans, cars, and all kinds of stuff. They could be falling out and hitting, and then they were coming back to life, obviously, with the temperatures warming back up, and that caused some concerns over there in Florida. But something else to mention across our area, as we get overnight lows in the 20s and 30s and temperatures only staying right around the 40-degree mark, you want to bring those fur animals inside as well, because they experience the cold just like we do. Back to you, Melinda.
All right, thank you, Brandon. Great reminder to keep your furry friends warm. Thank you for that report.